I've created a list of 15 RV maintenance tips that can save you up to $50,000 of repair costs. And get this, they don't require any tools to do. So the way this all got started for me was that in the course of doing my RV repair business, I found at least a quarter of the repairs I do are completely preventable. And my clients are spending thousands and thousands of dollars on repairs that could have been avoided. And so when I would educate them as to how to avoid it in the future, a common question I got was, why has no one told me this before? And it makes sense, unfortunately, if you think about how the RV industry makes money. At the dealerships, the salesmen are not technicians. They're there to sell you a camper and financing and don't have any real interest in what happens once you leave the lot. Then you've got the RV service centers, and good luck trying to talk to a technician there. Usually you only interact with someone at the front desk, and they kind of make money when you break your camper, so they don't have a real interest in helping you to avoid bringing it back. And then, of course, you've got the internet. When I went looking for resources to give my clients about preventive maintenance, I was shocked, a little surprised at how unhelpful the information I could find was. All the courses that I found were super technical information overload geared towards hardcore DIYers, not your average RV owner. And all the free information is vague to the point of being useless. I read through tons of ultimate RV checklists that say things like, inspect the exterior of your RV. For what? Like, what does that even mean? People have been asking me for years to teach a course on how to not break their RV. So I finally did it. I created tool-free RV maintenance, which is 15 tips that can save you $50,000. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what we cover in the course. And I'm going to play a preview of tip number 1, which can save you anywhere from $300 to $1,000 in repair costs. If you like saving money, you'll probably want to stick around through the whole video. If you prefer spending more money on your camper, then I guess this video isn't for you. Tips number 2, 3, and 4 in my course cover tires, brakes, and electrical, which in addition to being safety concerns can also be very expensive to repair. Tips number 5 and 6 cover more electrical systems and plumbing, which involve some of the most expensive repairs I have to do. Tips number 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, and 14 all involve use issues where people unfortunately break their RVs just because they don't know how to use it. Tips 10, 11, and 15 cover routine maintenance that will save you a ton of money. Each of these preventive maintenance tips is broken into 2 videos. There's an education video where I explain what can break and how you can avoid it, and then the demonstration video where I show you exactly step by step how to complete this maintenance tip. And in celebration of the launching of this new course, I have a special bonus for anyone who buys the course before Labor Day weekend. You'll get the following bonus videos. Bonus tips number 1 and 2 cover battery issues that can easily save you $5,000 in repair costs. Does require a wrench and a screwdriver, but is very DIY friendly. I'm also including my 42-point winterization checklist. Winter is coming, folks, and this checklist covers a ton of items that people frequently forget to winterize on their campers, resulting in expensive repairs. And what you're buying is lifetime access to this course. So any additional bonus modules that I add or updates made to the course, you will instantly have access to in the future. Question: if I have a brand new camper, shouldn't everything just work? You would think so. Unfortunately, a lot of the stories that I share in my course are from new campers that have been broken through a lack of maintenance or simply using them wrong. Can't I learn this information online for free? Yes and no. You can learn almost anything online if you know what you're looking for. The reality is I created this course because I, knowing what to look for, couldn't find a good checklist or course for people to do preventive maintenance on their campers. Like, one checklist literally said that you should check the levels on your air conditioner, refrigerant levels. You can't do that on an RV AC. Like, I can't. Even if I had tools, I can't. Question: what if I don't have time to do all these things? Most of these tips only take 5 minutes for you to actually do to your camper, but maybe you would rather it sit in the shop for 6 months, but I'd rather keep it out of the shop for 6 months by spending less than an hour doing preventive maintenance. Plus, 40% of the tips are just knowledge-based, meaning this is how you use or don't use your RV to avoid breakage. It doesn't actually take any extra time. You literally do it while you're camping. Question: I prefer to take my RV to a dealership and have the dealer just take care of everything. Do I really need this course? Absolutely. Even if you're lucky enough to have a very experienced tech doing maintenance for you, because 40% of these tips are usage, your technician is not going to go camping with you to tell you how to use your refrigerator, but he will happily install a new $5,000 refrigerator that you broke after your camping trip. I'm not very handy. handy. Will this course be over my head? I've created tool-free RV maintenance specifically for you. This is what I consider the low-hanging fruit of RV maintenance, the simplest, easiest things that you can do to avoid breaking your RV. This should be accessible to anyone, regardless of their skill level with tools, because it's tool-free. But what if I am handy and I've been maintaining my RV for years? Will I really have anything to learn? This course derived from my preventive maintenance list that I've given hundreds of my clients over the years. Almost everyone has learned something from that checklist that they weren't doing, or learned that repairs that they had done in the past were actually avoidable. The biggest time I see veteran campers get into trouble is when they upgrade an RV and now their new RV has systems they're not familiar with how to maintain. Question: who is this course really for? Personally, I view this course as essential education for every RV owner. If you don't like overpaying for unnecessary repairs while your RV is stuck in the shop and the receptionist giving you the runaround about whether or not the parts have come in while you miss potential camping trips, this is for you. It's especially for you if you've just gotten a new RV, gotten a different RV, you camp frequently, or you're a full-timer and you really can't afford to have your RV in the shop more than is needed. Question: how much does the course cost? If you had to hire me to fix any of the issues we cover in this course, it's a $500 minimum, $250 an hour to have me come in and work on your camper. And I know a lot of you folks have been saying you'd love to meet me. Trust me, I'm expensive. You do not want to have to meet me. Shops I've worked at in the past have a $185 an hour rate. If you've ever had to pay less than $185 to get anything on your camper fixed, I'd love to know. Leave a comment. This course is only $149 for lifetime access to these preventive maintenance tool-free tips. That means if you don't follow these tips, you can't even get a technician to look at your RV for less than the cost of this course. And if you do any one of the tips, you will save far more, 10x the cost of this course. Heck, some of these tips, if you just watch the video and use that information to not break your camper, you will save 10 times the cost of the course. An additional benefit of buying this course is it's going to help support this YouTube channel. Here's the harsh truth about YouTube channels. To date, I've had 15 different companies reach out to me asking for me to promote their products on my channel. And unfortunately, they're all trash. And I'm not going to name names, folks, but I've had a major player in the RV industry offer to buy out my channel. And this offer for a full-time salaried position came right after I announced I was going to start reviewing RVs for quality. Look, folks, the RV industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. They're not going to like these videos. I want to keep giving you the truth about RVs and the RV industry. So by supporting my channel and buying this course, you're helping a small guy stay independent so that I can share information freely with you. I'm so excited for you and for anyone buying this course because it's going to save you so much money, time, vacations, headache, and maybe your marriage. I don't know if you've ever been stuck in a camper when it's cold outside and your furnace is broke with a wife who knows that you didn't do something to maintain it, but you don't want to. Folks, you've got options here. You can keep paying a lot of extra money for unnecessary repairs. You can go do a ton of research yourself and try and figure this out off the internet, or you can buy my tool-free RV maintenance course and in the fastest, most efficient way possible, save yourself a bundle of cash. Let me teach you how to not break your RV. For all the loyal watchers who have stuck around to the end, you now get to preview tip 1 of the tool-free RV maintenance course. A client of mine called me in the middle of a cold snap because his furnace had quit working. He was hoping to have his extended warranty cover the repairs. Unfortunately, his furnace wasn't really broken, and so his extended warranty wouldn't cover the repairs. He could have avoided several uncomfortable cold nights and an expensive repair bill by following my first preventive maintenance tip. Tip 1 is to install bug screens on your camper. Because his furnace wasn't protected, mud daubers had built a nest inside his furnace and caused it to stop working. It's really just a matter of time until a critter builds a nest in your furnace, refrigerator, or water heater. Cleaning these appliances can take anywhere from 30 minutes to 6 hours depending on what was impacted, which can cost you anywhere from $150 to easily $1,000 of repair bills. Folks, if this has already happened to you, leave a comment with how much it costs to get it repaired so that other people can see how important it is to avoid this kind of repair by using bug screens. To complete this tip, you'll need bug screens. The type of screen that you need is going to vary based on the appliance and the model that you have and the brand that you have. Download my bug screen guide from the course notes. This will help you identify which appliances you have and what screens that you need. I'm providing you with both a printable version and a digital version. If you're using the print guide, simply match up the photo to the appliance on your camper. Circle the letter code next to it, and then check the course notes for a link that will take you to the product that letter code represents. For the online or the digital version, simply touch the picture that looks like your camper, and that link will take you straight to where you can buy those screens. For adding screens to your refrigerator vent, a coin like a quarter works well to remove the louver outside the camper. You can also use a flat screwdriver. Yes, a screwdriver is a tool, and this is tool-free RV maintenance. If you're like me, a flat screwdriver is easier to find around your house than a quarter, but quarter works just fine. Keep in mind there's 3 scenarios where your RV will not need a screen for that appliance. The first scenario is if you have hydronic heat. This is something like an Aldi or AquaHot or HydroHot system. These hydronic heaters are both a furnace and a water heater together, and you will not need a flying insect screen for those appliances if you have this. Typically when you buy the RV, you're made very aware of the hydronic system as it's more of a luxury item on higher end vehicles. The second scenario is if you have a residential or 12-volt refrigerator. In that case, you will not need flying insect screens like you would if you have a gas absorption refrigerator. And the third scenario is if you have a tankless or on-demand water heater. These actually have bug screens built in already, so you'll not need a separate screen to add to it. So check all around your camper for the various types of appliance vents that you have. Match them up with what you see in the bug screen buyer's guide. After you've gotten the bug screens that you'll need for your RV, go to the demonstration portion of this tip and I'll show you exactly how to install bug screens on your camper. So click the link below to purchase the course. Happy camping, folks, and don't break your RV.